We're in the Twilight Zone.
Oh.
Sorry, I couldn't find the volume for a while. I was like on the side. What is this?
I was going to do the whole Reggie Watts thing.
I felt like I was in Twin Peaks for a minute.
I just start clapping.
Wow. Log back in here.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Quest for Player 2.
We're questing.
That's right. Since it's always ladies first, Mo, of course, make sure that you introduce yourself.
Hi, y'all know me. It's the Mickey Spicy.
That's right, the Beyonce of geeks right here.
Yes, thank you.
Bravo.
I'm the single latest.
She hasn't found her J yet, but someday. I mean, Idris just messed everything up, so.
And I don't lust after married men, so John Hamm, Michael B. Jordan, you have moved up in the ranks.
Ladies and gentlemen, you guys better know what's out there.
Who's higher? Ooh, probably John Hamm. I like an older gentleman. I don't.
Because he's gonna die first, so you'll get.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God!
He's gonna die first.
He probably doesn't have that much money. Everyone relax.
Yeah, he wasn't in a Marvel film, so he wasn't in a Marvel film. He didn't make that much.
I'm offended. But he's about to be Batman soon, so.
Oh, really? Is he? He should.
Quite down the gummy.
Can he be Superman possibly though?
No.
You don't have that face?
No, he's got the inner darkness like Ben Affleck to be Batman.
Been Shazam.
No.
He has a classic look.
We're saving him for the live action Archer film.
Oh yes. Oh, that is going to be great because John Hamm does not age, so that's actually true. Right in the face, he does not age.
Phrasing. Sorry, I'm just trying to get into the email notes that you sent right now.
Boy, I'm so sorry.
I got thrown out of my account here.
Well, hey guys, how you doing? I'm Daniel. I'm sorry. What am I doing?
What are you doing?
I don't know because holla at your boy. It's me, the BSG. That's right, Battlestar Galactica, aka the Purveyor of Petty, aka the controversial conversationalist, and I'm here to have a good conversation.
AKA backstabbing ghetto man.
What? Backstabbing ghetto man? Who do I backstab?
That's a superhero name.
Backstabbing ghetto. You still have the M that's missing. You can't get. See, she was taking.
Man. I said man.
No, yeah, but no, the M. I don't have an M. I just said.
Okay, but you're a man. At least I thought.
Yeah,
I guess now it's
BSGM.
okay. I thought wrong. Obviously.
I am a god. So moving on from that.
You ain't got the answers, Sway. You ain't got the answers.
Don't come for me because, you know, you're going to have some return package and shipping. And, I don't know. So, we are here to help you guys fix your problems or fix your lives and things like that. Of course, we had to make sure we brought out the big guns. Elle said she couldn't be here, and I was like, oh, my God. Well, who else are we going to bring besides the one and only Migdalia? Right? Look at that.
Here to serve my TEHS country.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
I'm here.
Right.
I'm like Captain Marvel. I had to come from another galaxy to come help you Earthlings.
That's it. I've
give you my advice.
That's right. And I've been gone for most of the movie, as you see. You know, Wakanda.
So we're like psychiatrists. They say psychiatrists are like the craziest people.
Yeah.
And they're giving you advice.
Yeah. Well, they psychiatrists go to school so they can fix themselves. And while they're doing that, they're like, oh, this is all the stuff I learned to help somebody else. No one ever takes their own advice. That's how it works.
Yeah, exactly. We're giving you the advice that we ourselves don't take. And we probably should.
Well, we probably should, but do we really have to? I don't know if that's the case. So, with that, we are actually doing something a little bit different than what we've done before. Mm-hmm. We actually have some viewers that have written in before that have now written back to give us updates. So most of this episode will be more of an update episode. And since we are doing an update episode, I thought it'd probably be best for us to start with a question that we had from last week. And to give you a little update on who's giving us the answer. That's kind of cool, right?
Splashy.
Do we have it set up? Can we head over to Jess, who's got an answer to a question from last week.
Hi, hashtaggers. I miss you guys. I got really emotional the other day talking to my mom about you guys. I love Nashville, but please know that I miss all of you so much. But I'm going to answer a fan question this week, and this week was really hard. You guys sent in some really tough questions that I am not qualified to answer whatsoever, but I'm going to do my best. This last one is called Dress Casual. Basically, this person is in a casual relationship with a girl. He got rejected at first because she didn't want anything exclusive. Once he realized he could handle a casual relationship, he was like, great, let's do this. The problem is he fell in love. And he describes it as, I mean, she's the one. I dream about her. I write poetry for her. I think about her. I've gotten a better job for her because of her. Sorry, I'm paraphrasing. I want to be and am better because of her. He loves her. Long story short. Okay. And so his question is, do I tell her I want something exclusive and chance losing her, or do I just wait and hope that she will figure it out herself? I think this is a tough one. I'm going to go with tell her, because here's why. First of all, if somebody's saying that the sun rises and sets because of me, I want to know that. Whether or not I feel the same way, I think I want to know that. Also, if she doesn't feel the same way, then you're just going to be wasting your time in a relationship that doesn't fulfill your needs. Your needs aren't being met if she wants something casual and you want something exclusive because you're madly in love with her. So, in my opinion, I think you should tell her, not only for your sake to see if that's something that she's interested in or if she feels it too, but also so she knows where your head's at and so she's not leading you on or feeling weird. Because when relationships are unbalanced like that, things get a little confusing and it just gets a little odd because nobody's needs are being met. She thinks that you want something more because you do. You think she wants something casual because she does. So anyways, I think you should tell her, just take the leap. And then if she feels the same way, awesome. If she doesn't, know that you deserve somebody who literally would love to hear that. Like, that's the stuff I would love to hear. So any woman would be lucky to have somebody like you who genuinely feels that way about somebody else. So I think that's what you deserve. So tell her, so that way you guys can either get right to it or you can move on and find somebody that you deserve. That's my answer. I love you guys. Talk to you later.
Ooh.
Oh my God.
Becky.
Wow, was that not bad? That was pretty good. Thank
Yeah.
you, Jess. We definitely appreciate it.
Hi,
It was a
Jess.
question that we did answer, and the reason we wanted to go ahead and do that is so this way we can get you guys into the feel of going back into other things that we've already addressed before. So, with that, let's get the ball rolling. Let's hit
Okay.
some info, let's hit some topics, and get into some situations. So, we have...
Situations will arise in our life, but you gotta be smart about it. Oh man, why are you doing Usher like that?
Right.
Yeah, we should come out with an EP.
Well, I told you we should, I could do the whole Childish Gambino and go, hi, like, no.
Was that your high?
Nope, can't do it.
There's no Ghana Island here, the sequel.
No, Guava Island.
Guava, like Ghana.
Ghana Island, oh God.
Gullah Gullah Island.
Ghana Island.
What is it called? Like Gullah Gullah Island for the longest.
Celebration with the guys. That's Ghana Island.
Speaking of, real quick, did you notice like he had an accent for 5 minutes of that
Oh
movie?
my God,
And then he
okay. I was watching that and I remember I said it like I was watching it and I told my daughter like, watch his accent. And she was like, where'd it go? And I was like, exactly, that's the whole thing. It was there for a moment. He's like, oh no, this is so great. Then after that, when he finally got the This Is America and he got into it, I was like, okay, you're going to do that in your regular tone. But when we come back, after that song is done, you're going to go back into, nope. He already lost before then and it was completely gone. I was like, wow. You must have went to the same school as Holly Berry when it came to acting. I was like, God dang. They can't do African accents or anything for the life of them.
Oh, everyone can see my notes here.
All right. So, we're kind of updating everyone on some of the info that we've had recently. First one is sibling rivalry. Now, some of you guys may remember this. This is one where a friend was saying that their boyfriend, their friend's boyfriend, is really connected to the sister.
Okay.
And with that being the case, it was like, okay, hey, the girl was like, we're ready to move out, and we're moving out, and we're not bringing your sister. We're separating, and we're going to go ahead and, your connection with her is strong. That's great, but leave that there.
This is from Josh Goldman.
No. Actually, I don't think Josh would not be that close to his sister. I think he would be quick in a moment, like, oh, fuck, I'm moving out, all right, peace, I'm gone.
They live together, though.
Yeah. Well, they did. No, they don't
did.
now. They don't now, definitely. But, so, the update for this one. They hit us back and they said, okay, so first off, They aren't twins, because that was something we were asking about. We were like, they're way
Twincest?
too close. Yeah, exactly, right? So they aren't twins, but they do have about a 3-year difference in age. By the way, they are Mormons that left the farm together. So that's probably why they stick together. Oh, by the way, I say by the way a lot. He pays for everything, rent and bills. His sister works, but he has a high-paying IT job. So anyway, they got an apartment. My friend and him only. She made sure to stress only. But it is a 2-bedroom apartment. They've been there 2 weeks ago. They moved there about roughly 2 weeks ago, and he hasn't brought up his sister at all. So here's how I feel. I'm cautiously excited. Only because he did make sure they got a 2-bedroom, but his job makes him having like a home office something that could be beneficial. So that's just an update on them. She didn't have any questions, just giving us an update. So now we're gonna move on. Actually, no, you know what? What do you think about that? I need to know your opinion on that whole sibling rivalry thing.
I don't know. Number one, why are you so involved in this whole situation? Like, I don't know if I would be thinking, like, I wouldn't be thinking if Josh was dating his sister or something like that. Or
I would worry.
where? But why? What other?
Like, you know, like, hey, Josh is dating a girl, and Josh wants to go ahead and move out.
But we need more details. So whether there's any like kind of physical connection, where was she sitting on his lap? Are they touchy-feely? Is it just because they're too like attached? I mean, what's their trauma is what I want to know.
That's what we asked. We were like, yeah, I wanted to know, because it was like, okay, I know she said that they can be in his room getting hot and heavy, and then all of a sudden,
but what does that mean?
And he stops and gets away from his girl and goes over, hey, blah blah, and just has a conversation and continues on with that, and just leaves his girl sitting there, so she has to come out of the room.
But that is a drastic conclusion to jump to. I would think that something traumatic happened in her life that brings them so close to each other, and he has a concern for her. Also, but I do find it a little bit weird that he did buy a 2-bedroom apartment with a girlfriend. It's one of two things. One, they're planning on expanding their little family, or two, yeah, it's for maybe his sister to stay over once in a while. Which, again, there might be like a really, really, really close, you know, brother and sister. I mean, I'd buy a 2-bedroom apartment because it's probably not for his home office unless he works from home.
Right, true.
Let's be real. Depending on how old this person is and where exactly they live, that's not like something we think of. Let me buy a 2-bedroom apartment so one of those rooms could be the home office. Yeah. Unless I'm working from home. Ugh. I don't know. So I feel like we need a little bit more information. Oh, California. You're not just buying 2-bedroom apartments for a home office. Right? I don't think so. So I would
he is going to move his sister in.
Yes.
So be prepared to move out. Like, I don't know. I would just be like, no, I worked so hard to get away from your sister, and now you're bringing her back here. Like, why?
Let's just replace sister with like mother. That's just like the same situation. You wouldn't, if he was really close with his mom, or his mom was in the sister's position, you wouldn't jump to the conclusion that he's sleeping with his mom, right? So it could be the situation where they just have like what is that called? Something attachment or separation anxiety from each other, or some kind of like umbilical cord attachment.
You're not even twins. You're way too close. Just like
that's not true.
I'm not saying that they're sleeping with each other. I know that's not the case.
But I don't think they're too close.
What I'm saying is, like, dude, all right, you guys are, I don't know how old you are now. What's this? Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, they don't have an age.
Well, sure, maybe he has to get his priorities settled a little bit. But honestly, I'm saying this in hindsight. I'm not in a relationship, but I would say that for me, family comes first. Unless we're married, then you're officially part of the family, or we're dating for a certain number of years, and I feel like your family. I feel like I will drop everything for my sister. Not if she's casually walking in with groceries. I don't need to like get up if I'm being hot and heavy with somebody.
That's what she said.
Okay.
Came in, walked in, and it's like, hey everybody, get over me. Hey sis, how you doing, sis? I'm so glad you're here. Oh, blah blah. Your day, how was it? Blah blah. Hello, like, you know, I'm pointing at my stuff here. Like, pay attention. We were doing something, you know.
Yeah.
Like, oh God, I would just be like kind of upset. I just, That's
I
why
mean,
we moved. That's why we're here
yeah.
together. You know, we're cohabitating. It's us.
They definitely have. He definitely got that second bedroom for her, for family, for somebody. I mean, that would be my first thought, especially living in LA. It's not no damn home office. That's if my family's coming. I need them to be in another room because they sleep in my room when they come here. So
I'm saying, right? Yeah, it's like they're sleeping in my room. I'll sleep on the couch or whatever to be nice. But
Yeah.
it depends on who it is. You know, it's my brother.
I don't know. I think that's just a drastic conclusion to jump to. That's my thought on it.
Very true. Very true. So let's move on to the other one. This one was titled "Voice Over This" or "So Voice Over This." This one had to deal with the 24-year-old man that moved to Texas from LA about 1 year ago. Part of the reason he moved was because of his friend and current roommate. His friend is the current roommate. And, of course, work. He's a voiceover actor. So I was like, oh, my God, it's Daryl. But he's successful. So, well, I'm playing, guys. I'm playing. Daryl's actually, there's a thing.
Yeah.
I love that guy, though.
Daryl.
No, wait. I'm sorry. Do it this way. Love you, Daryl.
I don't know.
It's like the.
I don't want to do it
Korean
wrong.
Hearts. No, it's Korean Hearts. It's just this way.
Like, is he Korean?
No. It's just since he's big in anime, blah blah. I'm gonna do that. So.
Maybe it's Japanese.
Yes, but still, it's just there's voiceover stuff with everything. Anyway, so. Racist. That's what I am. So anyway, they moved and. He moved over there to Texas, blah, blah. His friend works in the same field. Now, this is the issue. Of course, they've been platonic. They've been friends, blah, blah.
Okay.
Now the roommate tries to make the move on him. And he's like, no.
You're right.
I'm not interested, blah, blah, yada, yada. We told him, hey, you need to tell him, hey, my guy, I'm sorry, we're not here for each other, blah, blah, yada, yada. And to make it even more interesting, I was like, oh, my God, these two, it's like a soap opera. They both have a crush on the same guy.
Okay.
So right. So it's just like, oh my God, this is all just big and weird and crazy, right?
Yes.
So we've got an update. So we did ask the question of, well, did you hook up with that platonic friend or blah blah like the roommate? We need to know because don't lie to us. We need to know. So he answered immediately, have we hooked up? Girl, no. Me and my housemate. Oh, because we also said like roommate. Are you guys like sharing a room or is it the house? Blah blah.
Okay.
So no. Me and my housemate have not hooked up as of when I wrote this, and will never hook up. Vehemently, like no. I don't want his dirty. Okay. So I told him that I am not interested in ending a friendship that means the world to me, just to see if we are sexually compatible. And besides, we're both bottoms, which makes sense. So you're not compatible. I am not looking for an awkward moment. So anyway, that has cooled down, though he mopes around the house every now and then and starts convos about how lonely he is, and he notices I am too. Which, in reality, I'm not. New news, I went on 2 dates with a mutual crush. And it's not bad. We're like Green Arrow and Black Canary. Our political views may vary, but we click for the most part. Question. I have an artist showcase coming up, and Crush made it clear that he wants to come. Problem is, my housemate will be there. Do I tell both housemate and Crush about each other or make up a lie and Zach Morris this thing?
Don't be Zach
What should I do? Help me.
Damn. There's a lot to unpack
so you gave
here.
us an update and you gave us a new question. This is the stuff I love. This is what I love.
I mean, do you want to take? We got a super chat from Jezza Lannisters. Okay, we're past that now.
Oh well, no, good job, Jazzer. Good job.
And
Jazzer.
they are actually twins. They're technically
yeah,
twins.
the Lannisters are twins, but those two weren't twins. But
morning, Lashana.
Yeah.
Lannisters.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, you want to take this first, or should I?
Okay, my thing immediately. When I read it, I had my notes, which was don't lie. Honestly, because lying kind of takes the other person's power of choice away. And you shouldn't do that. Give them the respect to be part of the solution. So I would really at least talk to crush. If you're looking to build something as far as a real relationship with crush, it's probably best to make sure you start clean and honest. I'm not saying be completely transparent because sometimes that can be too early. You guys have only gone on 2 dates and everything. I would suggest still telling crush, look, this is the situation. Housemate also had a crush on you. Housemate tried to make a pass at me. So, girl, look, I don't know what's going to happen. Do you want to be in this or do you not? Just letting you know. Like, do something. That's what would be my
That's too much. No.
No. So you're not going to say, look, housemate, what are you going to do?
Number one, don't do that. That's not your business to tell. Okay.
Oh, the housemate made a pass at me?
No, at you. But don't say the housemate also has a crush on you. Don't take the power away from that person to let out this secret.
So let them go ahead.
Let them. Just say, this is the situation on my end. You don't have to, like, make it super awkward and be like, we both had a crush on you and this person does and we're all dating now. Don't do that.
Okay.
Yeah, because if you're talking about power of choice there, you're taking that power away from the other person.
Choice of revealing the truth.
Yes. I will agree that you do have to tell the truth, and there's like and this comes with experience because you don't want to be the bad guy. You don't want to make things awkward. You live with the person or you're friends with the person and you're like, man, should I tell this little white lie? And you shouldn't do that when it comes to crushes, to stuff like that, because it's so early in a relationship that it won't matter in the long run. So you should nip it in the bud in the beginning. So like this person said, I think this person said that he already did. Said they wanted to be platonic because he didn't want to ruin, the friendship. That's not.
That's what we told him to say.
You told him to say that. Okay. I don't think it's strong enough because it's cliche. So that person in their mind thinks, oh, I can change this person's mind. I'll emotionally manipulate this person to try it with me. That's why the housemate is moping around the house and be like, I'm so lonely. Because I think a door is still open because the person is saying, I don't want to ruin the friendship. So this housemate's going to be like, well, maybe I'll make it into a situation where they don't think that way.
Because a friendship is the first beginning of a relationship.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're just going from one ship to another.
Exactly. No. You just kind of want to close the door.
So then how do you suggest that they go ahead and put those final nails in that coffin?
I mean, I'm not gonna front here. I can be a little bit of a coward when it comes to these situations. So I send text messages.
Oh my God, no. You know what? One of the worst things ever anyone can ever do is those long ass text messages.
It's not long.
Women are very good at the long text message because they know the language. They know the language to use. It's like you're let down in a great way. Yes, written. But the thing is, with guys, we're still going to want to talk, which is weird because you're like, wait, men talk? But yeah, they're going to want to be like, okay. So what I'm thinking right now, because like what I'm thinking right now, and I won't think it later. So I want to tell you right now. So that's how it works. How do you avoid that part? It
doesn't have to be a long text. It doesn't. Just snip it in a bud. Listen, you can flip the script on the friendship thing and say, I only see us as friends. That's a flip the script situation. Because once it seems like you put someone in the friend zone, if that person has any kind of self-respect, they'll be like, okay, well, that's fine. I'm going to move on, do my own thing. Or you just say, I'm sorry, but I'm not interested. I see myself with someone else, or sometimes I just bullshit and be like, I'm into somebody else.
I don't even know if you can convince this guy. I mean, automatically, you're not sexually compatible, and you're seriously trying to push for it. Like, what are you gonna do? You're both gonna get in the bed, put your mouths up, look at each other, and be like, whose turn? Yeah. No one's gonna go for anything. So
some people are just like, you can't get them off. You can't get them off. So it gets too awkward.
Like, we definitely can't be together in any way. Why don't you just let it go? And they're like, no, I believe that we can. So letting them down that way and saying, look, I only see you as a friend, and that is it.
I wouldn't say that is it.
Well, I only see you as a friend.
Yeah, that nips it in the bud a little bit stronger with the friendship angle, because if you just say, I don't want to ruin the friendship, that's opening a door. I only see us as friends, closes the door.
Okay, all right. Role play here. I'm the roommate.
Okay.
Blah, blah. I really like you, blah, blah, yada, yada, et cetera, et cetera. And you finally say,
I'd be like, Oh man, hold on, I gotta make a phone call real
Okay,
quick.
yeah,
My mom's
okay,
calling me.
Go and do the text. All right.
I'm
And the
in my
text will say-
room. And they're like, hey Daniel, I'm so sorry. I'm still chatting with my mom here. She's on speakerphone. But I was thinking about what you were saying earlier, and I just see us as friends, and I'm really into this other guy right now. So I'm so sorry if I led you on or anything like that, or it disappoints you. But yeah, that's just, I want to be straightforward with you.
Cool.
And then I act like I went to sleep.
No. Make sure your door is closed when you send that
Yes, I go under my blanket.
Yeah. No, the door is locked. The door is closed. The door is closed. Light, and only your TV is on, and you turn off your light, and that's it.
Oh my God, we got a
One
stage
blow
5
your
clinger in the
TV.
chat, but the friend zone isn't real. It's real, and there is a family zone. I have family zoned probably one guy in my
Family
life.
zoned. Whoa!
There is a family
Oh my
zone.
God,
But,
Miggy,
but we're
you.
related.
No, not that kind of family zone.
I see you as a brother. You're my play. Not for real, but for play. You're my play brother. You're my cousin. Like that whole thing. You've done that?
I only see you as a brother. Like, yeah, I've done that.
Whoa, jeez.
Family zoned one guy in my entire life.
Wow.
I didn't tell this person that, but I did it
Did
in
you
my
take
head.
away his shoelaces so he didn't,
Oh my gosh.
Jeez.
No, you don't know.
Oh.
No.
I wouldn't
Oh my
want to-
God, shut
I
up.
would not want to know if I knew him. I would not. No, I don't care if we did. Tell us we don't. I don't care. My
don't know him.
gosh, jeez.
You haven't family zoned anyone?
I have never, dude. I will just say, look, I'm kind of honest and direct, and I will just say, I'm sorry. We're not a match for each other. What you want and what I can give, no longer match, or blah blah. I say that when I'm breaking up, and I'll say that when I'm turning someone down. What you're looking for and what I can honestly give, don't match.
Yes.
I don't want you to get into a relationship where you would feel that you're being neglected or anything like that, because honestly, I am selfish and I will end up neglecting you, and it's not something that you need. I'll make myself look really bad, like that kind of thing. And they're like, no, but I've seen you and I know you as a friend. You know me as a friend, but you don't know me as a significant other. Completely different. I will
These are the
blop,
lines
blop.
that Daniel.
No, I'm being honest. I'm like, blop, it's true. You don't know me as a significant other. And with that, I mean, anything can go. So,
I mean,
whatever.
honestly, I don't know. I don't find that being that much different. I feel like how you are as a friend is a reflection of how you're going to be in a relationship. This is another episode we should have. For the longest time, I've been single for like 10 years now. I used to be engaged. For the longest time, I was like,
But you have to be honest with people. You're single right now, 10 years, but currently, right now, within the last 3 or 4 years, or whenever, I don't know, as long as I've known you, it's by choice.
Yeah.
I've seen guys come after Mickey like, hey, what's going on? And he's like, no, waste of time, you're trash, whatever. I don't know, I'm just saying. It's like, but,
well, no, and to finish my point, what you're saying is, I finally figured out why.
Oh!
Stop it!
Tony Sanchez
Stop
came
it.
through.
Oh,
Bomb.
has she come out of her freaking timeline
Oh my God,
chat
she come out of
group?
her timeline chat to come talk to us for a moment. And let me see what she has to say. The friend zone is just something emotional ass men came up with to blame their feelings on someone else. Wow, that's amazing.
Actually, I think I came up with the friend zone, so I have excuses
Oh,
to friend
see?
zone people.
So I'm sorry, Tony, you're not right, because she actually.
That's okay. I have
friend
male
zoned people,
energy,
too.
so.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's okay. That makes sense then. That makes sense. But I don't know. The friend zone thing, to an extent, it's real, but to an extent, people blow that shit up, man. People really do.
Wait, the question from behind the camera.
Question from behind the camera.
Question from behind the camera.
If you are interested in someone, they only see you as a friend, what do you call that?
If you're interested in
Like,
someone,
Because we're in a society that is super obsessed with labels.
Okay.
So how would you label that situation?
so wait, say it again. So you're
You're into one of your friends,
okay.
but they only see you as a friend. So what's the label for that?
I've been friend zoned,
So the friend zone
right?
is real.
Unrequited love. That's the label for that.
Yeah.
It's old.
Yeah, it
Oh,
still
that's
works,
old. It's
still
classic.
works. It's like Ocean using
Super
it as a line.
chat.
We got a super chat. What's that?
The sibling rivalry. My friend's BF would go out of his way to chill with sis at the expense of my friend.
Oh, this is actually the person that wrote it.
Oh, my friend's BF would go out of his way to chill with. Okay.
So, the boyfriend would go out of his
I'm
way
just saying they
to
have
chill with the
like
sister.
some kind of attachment. Like there is a technical word for this, and I can't think of it right now. And it's something like kids have with their parents a lot. But I just think it's just, I don't know. You have to figure out what kind of why they have that kind of relation. I mean, you don't have to figure it out.
No, you don't have to
Inspector
figure it out.
Gadget.
But the thing is, maybe your friend should. It could be some level of trauma. Something like that. Usually that happens to be the case, especially if they aren't twins, blah, blah, but yet they did grow up in the same household. They have that connection. They have the familiarity.
Yeah.
So the thing is, they enter 3 years apart. So the thing is, I mean, male versus female, 3 years apart.
Yeah.
Usually that should be a kind of separation. But for them, it seems to be brought in closer. Something had to happen, in my opinion, that brought them closer. And you may not want to invalidate that.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to. I mean, obviously, you're not in a relationship, but you don't want to make it a choose me or her situation. Your
Yeah.
friends, and obviously, your friend needs to have this conversation with her boyfriend because your friend's feelings are legitimate.
Yeah.
And if she's feeling uncomfortable, or he's feeling uncomfortable, I forgot what gender they assign to this, but you have to be honest and not be passive aggressive or hold these feelings of, oh, I'm being neglected for so long. But to answer the last part of this question here, do I tell both housemate and crush about each other or make up a lie and Zach Morris this thing? Definitely do not lie. Just be honest with the housemate. Have 2 separate conversations. Don't wait till you're at the event. Have 2 separate conversations. Just be honest. I mean, how old are we? To a point, if you are old enough to be in a relationship, you're old enough to be mature in a relationship, and you have to take the mature route.
Well, see, that's the thing. When you come to emotional maturity, some people, unfortunately, didn't have the opportunity, maybe, blah, blah. You don't know what's going on with their background.
Sure.
That too. But
on the
thing
surface level.
But exactly. That's what I was just going to say. On the surface level, according to your actual age, this is what people expect of you. So there has to be a moment where you have to understand this is what people expect, and this is where I should be. So you need to work to get there. And if you are not there, you need to have that conversation and let people know, hey, I'm not there emotionally. I'm stunted in my emotional growth back here due to some blah, blah, blah. And if that's the case, you shouldn't be pursuing somebody who's up here when you're still there. You know, that's something also. So put all of that together.
Right.
It's very true. Tony still says, yeah, I didn't say that it wasn't true. It's just that, the whole, someone takes that and blames that on someone else.
Oh, no. There are some people who take that really offensive, are really offended by that. And they don't take that for the answer. And that's when you know somebody is toxic.
Yep.
And you probably need to reevaluate that relationship as a whole and not take it as an isolated incident. Because it's always the little things, and seeing how people react to that is how you should reevaluate the entire relationship. Like when tragedies happen, who's there for you? Who reaches out to you? This is the same thing. If you tell someone, if you're honest with someone, you tell them how you feel, and as menial as love may seem to a lot of people, if they don't react the right way, number one, they're definitely not relationship material.
Boom. Boom. They're not ready for it anyway.
Yes.
Because you can't take the rejection properly. I mean, at least in face value, because you can later, after rejection, go, oh, they're hurt. That's fine. In your own room, you let out blah, 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 yada, yada. But in front of me, if I said, I'm sorry, we're just not together, it's not for us, blah, 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 whatever lines you're going to give, and then they say, well, why not? I don't get it. I don't understand. Really? Did you just why not me when I just told you? Why not? Okay, we're done. This conversation's finished. Take it as a friend zone. I don't care what you do. Go. Right?
And don't do it when that other person's drunk. I had to.
Oh my
God!
God, never
break up with someone 2 times trying to do
of course. Did they use the excuse of I don't remember?
And he didn't, because he was, I believed him because he was fucking blasted. And I was like, this is my time to say I just want to be friends.
Oh my God.
And the next morning he's like, so I want to continue that conversation we were about to have about us getting in a relationship. And I was like, are you kidding me? You don't remember what I was saying last night?
All right, well, here we go. Right? You were like, where are my
Don't
good points?
do it when you're drunk, and don't do it when the other person's drunk. You both must be sober.
So, we got a super chat.
Super chat! She has brought it up, and he is the one who won't validate her feelings, and the fact that he forgets she is there sometimes. He acts like she's weird. Well, that relationship has to be reevaluated. That's exactly what we just got done talking about.
You guys, there needs to be a line of open communication and honesty between those two. They are the ones in the relationship. She needs to say what is making her uncomfortable and how she feels neglected, etc., etc. And he needs to hear it, and he needs to be able, of course, to retort and say how he feels. Oh, I didn't notice, I didn't realize, blah, blah, yada, yada. If he just fights it back and says some stuff like, well, that's not right, or starts gaslighting her, well, then she knows she shouldn't be in that relationship. I'm being honest. I need a shirt that says "Girl, break up with him." Because
I mean, how long have they been dating? I mean, and long enough to move in with each other, I guess. That's hard. I mean, I just would not accept that behavior. If you have a mature talk like that, and then he still acts like that. I mean, I'd understand if he was honest in the same way, but like not validating the feelings and. You know, again, I don't know his side of things.
Right,
Maybe he's just seeing it with on a different angle and like, oh, she's overreacting. I mean, I'm not going to trade in my sister for this relationship. Well, then maybe he's not ready for the relationship.
There you go.
He can
Because
stick with the family.
Ultimately, when it comes to a relationship, you guys work
Shut up!
you guys work as a unit and as a team. What is Keith saying?
I wasn't engaged to Mike Franza.
Oh God, we're not going to address that.
Okay.
Okay, this is the thing. You can do right now, you can look and figure out which ones you want to talk about, which ones you don't.
Okay.
And then if there are names coming up and you're like, I'm not mentioning names,
Oh my
just look past it and say, oh, by the way, we're not talking about that one. And I will not talk about it.
But what I was trying to say earlier, I'm like, I figured out.
Evil.
I used to be one of those people that was just like, it's so weird. I know they tell you not to do this, but I like to date people like my friends. Like, I feel like I'm only attracted to somebody after I have a good friendship with them. And it depends. It's not all friendships. So all my guy friends don't come for me right now. Just kidding.
You're going to be best for the next question. And you heard her. She's only down with her friends.
It's only certain people.
Send a text message out to some random.
They call that.
Miggy. Huh?
Stop it. They call that being a demi-romantic.
Yes,
and
I
just
do.
learned about that term last year.
Really?
And I had a whole
Oh
epiphany because I didn't know what it was. And I don't hook up with randos or anything like that. No shame to anybody who does, but I'm just not that person.
I have notes for the next question.
Oh my gosh. And we should do an episode on that.
So yeah.
I can't do dating apps for more than a week. I just look at somebody and I don't feel instant attraction to people.
Okay, so the thing is with a when they talk about it, one thing that it's all about the familiarity once again.
Right.
And with that familiarity comes the whole I'm comfortable.
Right.
I can trust this person.
Yes.
And because of that, and there's already a layer of transparency. So the thing is that also makes you feel comfortable.
Right.
So now it's like because I feel comfortable because I feel connected, it's far more palatable.
Yeah.
For you to be in the relationship with this person. They already know your friends. They're familiar with your social circles. You won't have to do too much changing or fixing or swapping.
Right.
So that's why it's like, yes. So some people do say that's lazy, but other people think, I am one of them, that is ridiculously smart. Because the thing is like, you usually have to build all of this with someone in a relationship. You don't have to because the friendship part, which is the most important part in a relationship, is already there. And then after that, do my friends like them, please, because they need to? Does my family like them, please, because they need to? If your friends like them, most likely your family's going to like them if you like them too. So boom, that's easy.
Yeah.
So now it's already introduced. And it makes sense. I definitely get it. But the thing is, it can be bad. Because the thing is, when it comes to relationships, you want to learn and gain and pull from someone. And the thing is, when you're in a relationship with a friend that you've already known, yes, you do pull, gain, and learn also. Because they're two different people.
Yeah.
But sometimes the problem can be that you're so familiar that almost like your relationship is pretty much public in your social circle. If something happens, everyone feels that they have the right to know.
Oh, and y'all would know that, huh?
And that becomes the problem. That's the only problem. So the thing is, what I say for anyone that actually goes into that type of relationship, my thing is, you need to tell your friends, look, and just be honest, and your friends are going to be fine with it.
Yeah.
Look, some things that happen in my relationship, you will not know. And that's just it. Deal with it and just live life. That's how it's going to work. And your friends will be like, all right, cool. What are we going to do about it?
All right, cool.
They're still going to ask, like, girl, so I saw y'all two were talking and he walked away. So are you and blah 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 upset and blah blah? I'm like, we already talked about that. And okay, that's it.
But that stuff doesn't bug me.
Good.
That doesn't bug me.
some
Just
of
because I know how I am. But that's definitely like a deeper conversation for another episode,
Exactly.
I think.
So we got another one. This one we titled "Previously on Quest for Player 2."
Previously.
Now this one was she's a girl, only girl of a group of 7, and
me?
they hang out. Exactly.
This
They go
is
to
me now?
cons. They go to cons. Blah blah yada yada. She is you essentially.
Okay.
Right. But there was a guy who she went to cosplay for one time when they all hung out, and he finally noticed her. He's the alpha male of the group. And he finally noticed
I like
her,
the alpha
and he
male.
approached her, and blah, blah. And apparently, the way she gave us for the update and everything afterward, he approached her properly, et cetera, told her, he was interested, blah, blah. We had the question of, just make sure you weren't being objectified, but okay,
Right.
blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
And he volunteered the information that he was not objectifying her. He definitely does like her.
Okay.
He's known her, blah blah. It comes the whole demi relationship thing.
Right.
So and I had a whole breakdown for it, but since we've gone over it, I don't need to. So with that being the case, they've gone out now since, and they were first saying how she wasn't ready to put any labels on it and everything. They went to the Captain Marvel marathon, El Capitan. They probably saw Tony. They probably got her autograph.
The MCU 56-hour marathon.
Exactly, right? I think she probably got Tony's autograph. Who knows? She is the Tony Sanchez. You guys don't know it. You guys pay attention. So, anyway, whole putting labels on it, blah, blah. But he was pushing for the label, and she's like, well, I'm still taking time and evaluating us and this. That's what she said. So, she gave us a new update.
Ooh.
All right.
Update.
Well, we're official. So she starts it off. So labels have been placed. I said okay to the label, and just like that, include Thanos snap here. Genius. I love this. He changed his social media profiles to say in a relationship. Now he's talking about meeting his mom and family. I don't know if I think this is too fast, but I like him. I've dated a fellow nerd. I've never dated a fellow nerd, and usually I go for the jocks. Or, like Jezer says, the fuckboys. He's so sincere and so kind and so vanilla. I'm sorry.
Not a good descriptor.
Exactly, right? I think I'm out of the infatuation phase. I know I shouldn't want a bad boy, but in some ways I do. Though I like not worrying if he's cheating on me when he's not with me, and how he treats me, and how he puts me on a pedestal, and his smile, his body, so on and so on. Okay, I need help. I like him, but I want a bad boy. What should I do?
Dang. Is
Dang!
this me
It
writing
went
into
from-
the show
I
5
swear
years
to
ago?
God,
Not
right?
5.
Right?
Like 15 years ago?
Timelines.
Timeline.
So, you want a bad boy. You got this guy. You went ahead and said yes to the label. And now you're like, ooh, he's too good. And I can't deal with him being too good. What do I do? Honestly?
I mean, number one, it sounds like you were so reluctant to get into a relationship. You're calling things labels. You're like, well, we're official. That's how that reads to me.
And you originally told him that, like you said, the labels and hold off, and I want to evaluate. So you were not ready for this.
Exactly. You weren't committed, and it sounds like you were forced into something, which... Again, if a topic for another episode, I was kind of forced to get engaged, but not mail order bride style.
That
but again,
sucks. I get it.
And yeah, there is an infatuation phase. There is a testing phase, and I feel like this person is definitely moving way faster than you wanted to move, and you felt like you didn't want to ruin what you guys had, this friendship that you guys had, or the dynamic of the group that you guys had. So you were just like, I'll go with it and see if the relationship implodes organically. Which, again, I've tried to do, and that's not going to bode well for you. That's going to be a very depressing time for you.
Because essentially, when it does implode, it essentially explodes in your face.
It explodes in your face. It could never happen.
Well, then it's also for you that way. It was for the engagement. That means there has to be repercussions as far as family on both sides.
Yeah.
And then friends on both sides, and so
Well,
there's a lot of outside kind of stimulus.
There was some, but it was more
right?
internal. It was more like, okay, so 6 months into the I got engaged reluctantly, and then 3 months later the problems really grew, and then I was like, I want to break up with this person, but I didn't want to break his heart. So I tried to self-sabotage the relationship. Like, I was acting like a bitch. I was doing all kinds of stuff. Wouldn't break up with me. It literally took like 3 months of like just the worst time ever. And then finally I did it. Like, I was like, we need to talk when I get back home. But that was 3 months of me being really, really depressed and our relationship just imploding day after day after day. So I would say you need to cut this right now from personal experience.
I mean, I agree, and Tony's saying about the part. Now, I've heard people say this before, but there's a counter argument for that. But she says, well, bad boys are safe because, well, you don't have to invest in them. They're always temporary. Not always the case. If you win a bad boy's heart, that bad boy becomes stuck and infatuated with you.
That is a terrible message to
No,
give
I'm
to
telling
women.
you. No, that's what I'm saying. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, like, people always think, like, she's saying, oh, you know, bad boy's temporary, blah,
Right.
blah, blah. So just enjoy it right now. It's a bad boy, you know, you're moving on. The thing is, bad boys, they fall harder because they usually don't fall. So if you happen to be the one person that they fall for, they cling onto you.
Sure,
And
but
it's
don't think you're going to
worse.
change them when
No,
you
no, no,
don't
that's
want to
what
put up
I'm
with the
saying.
behavior.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that's the counter argument for
Yeah.
the whole bad boys are temporary. They're not always temporary. And if they end up trying to stay and lock in, they're going to lock in and it's going to ruin you. Because you're going to be like, after a while, oh, I don't really want this bad boy. Like, because bad boys should be temporary. And here goes this bad boy that wants to be permanent. You're like, no.
Yeah.
No. You're horrible as it is. That's why you're a bad boy.
Right.
I don't want you. You know? I want a good man, not a bad boy. You know? That's
I
the
mean,
whole thing.
unfortunately, a lot of young women, they like a little asshole in their men. And I remember...
I mean, that's a tester. That's what they are. That's what Tony's saying. That's what they are.
Yeah.
That's what they should be.
But what this
Beware,
person is saying,
beware.
they don't want, and I've had somebody who went,
don't
my
want the
ex
good
was kind
boy.
of like a clinger, yeah, like a stage drive clinger, like a yes man. They want the alpha male. Like, for me personally, I need someone to dominate me because I'm a very strong personality. I'm a Leo. I'm a fire sign. I was born in the year of the dragon. I need someone to tell me to shut up.
Well, not
Sometimes.
shut up. But
Not shut up, but
he needs to know how
to
to
write
be able,
me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because
Exactly.
sometimes I get really anxious and really like bossy, and I want someone to match that kind of energy. But with this over here, it's just what was I gonna say? It's just I feel like it's a young woman's thing to want that kind of a relationship. Because men at that stage, I don't know if you're never going to really grow out of that if that's your dominant personality, being the alpha male, the frat boy, the asshole. Like, that just reminds me of a lot of Jersey dudes.
It's
So
a Jersey trait.
it's hard for
Jersey
someone to grow out of.
It is.
And I remember when somebody I used to be really in love with, he was like, I just wish you were a bitch to me so I could just, like, hate you and not feel these feelings with you. And I kind of felt bad about hearing that. So I wonder how it is for guys to hear, if you're a really nice guy and I said, I just wish you were an asshole.
to me.
Yeah.
I've had that once, and it was just like, wow, wait a minute. I thought, you know, like,
Yeah.
I've been raised to be this really nice guy, blah, blah, and it was like, I just wish sometimes you were an asshole. And I was
Yeah.
like, all right, well, this isn't working out. Like, honestly, because I just can't, I really love you, it can't be me.
But
You know,
being the
one of those
age
things.
that I am, being an older woman, not older, I don't wait, I would say all that.
I'm definitely older than you, so you're not an older woman. Let's bring that back.
I'm just saying not being
Being
a
a
teenager.
woman.
Yes,
No, you're
being a woman. And just you're calling this person vanilla and stuff like that. You have to put your feelings first, okay? And whether you want to call that selfish or whatever, or stuck up, you need to put yourself first, and you don't want to learn that lesson the wrong way. So just, and you might be afraid this is going to ruin the dynamic or hurt the person's feelings, but unfortunately, your feelings do have to come first, because when your energy is being sucked up by somebody else, essentially, that's what this is sounding like, that is not a good time. That's not good for your soul. That's not good for your mindset. So you have to take care of you and don't think about the other person. I don't know how that sounds, but
No, it's I believe it's very accurate.
Yeah.
I mean, because the thing is, if you don't, you're gonna fall into, like I tell everyone all the time, you're gonna fall into R&R, which is regret and resentment. And you can't build a relationship on regret and resentment, because ultimately you will turn back on them, and it is going to be brutal. It is going to be horrible, and it's going to be worse than any kind of breakup you imagined. So, my suggestion: girl, break up with him. That's one.
Or maybe you want to try it for a month and just be like, hey, we tried.
Haven't they already tried it? I'm thinking by this point.
She said they went on a few dates, right?
Well,
Because
they went on a
Endgame,
few
the
dates
marathon was
and
last
Endgame,
week.
that's true.
That thing
That's
was
true.
last week. If
That's
you
true.
want to have a trial period, that way it seems like you gave it a fair shot to this other person. And, you know, maybe he'll change in your eyes as well. You don't know. You think you're done the infatuation phase, but maybe you want to go through the honeymoon phase as well, which is what, 3 months?
Yeah.
3 to 6 months. Maybe you don't want to invest that
I
long.
mean, hey, she's young. You're going to fast track that. I would suggest going for, like you said. No, I'm not joking.
Yeah.
I would suggest going that for a month. Because when you're younger,
Summer's coming up. You want to get it done for that.
Exactly, you know, 'cause, hey, you know, I'm just saying that's what is that, summer dress? What do they call it?
Summer love. No.
No, what's for guys? It's called like the summer dress.
Summer
thing.
dress?
Yeah, trust me, guys go crazy for it. But yeah, so the thing is, you know, you're gonna be looking your best. Summer body's coming up. So with that, you definitely want to be single by then if you're looking for your bad boy, because you'll find him.
Just go to the Jersey Shore.
Oh,
Wildwood, Seaside Heights.
oh my God!
Don't go to Atlantic City. Don't meet anybody in
do that.
Atlantic
Don't
City.
Do that. Don't go to Asbury Park either. Trust me. Oh my God, nothing but pigeons. So, but what I'm suggesting, at least what I'm suggesting, is give it that month. Give it that month.
Give it a
Try
little
to
trial
see
period.
Exactly what's happening.
Yeah.
And see if it's probably the best thing for you. If you hate the entire month, well then you know it's not good. If you hate 90 or 80% of it, it's still not good. Even if it's 70, it's still not good. So I'm just saying, like, take that time, kind of evaluate it, really break it down, figure out what's important to you.
Yeah.
And what you actually want at this point in your life.
Yeah, think about, do you want an asshole or do you want someone that's not that guy because he doesn't fit other traits? Are you not compatible for other reason? Not because he's like vanilla. Does it have more to do with passion or, you know, because you have the same interests, right?
Very
so is
true.
that more like sexual passion that you don't have for this person? Or is it because you have this idealized version of a man that you might not even like at the end of the day? So I would say give it a little bit of a trial period, but definitely after that trial period that you set for yourself and what you think you can handle, then be honest about it. Put yourself first.
Sounds like that's perfect. I mean, you vibe with your tribe, man. I mean, that's pretty much it.
And Whitney
So-
says it's sundress season.
Oh, there you go. Sundress season.
All right, we got 2 more questions
Oh,
left,
my.
right?
Thank you very much, Whitney. I appreciate that. We do have 2 more questions, but I think we've gone so far. I think
Okay.
we'll leave the rest.
Okay.
And just kind of let people remember that. And remember, guys, I always suggest it. Kind of think with your head, but don't let it block what's happening with your heart. You know? So kind of make sure that they work together. That's something that's very important. And remember, when it comes to intimacy, there are 3 tenements, which are, of course, you want to be seen, you want to be heard, and you want to be valued. If you're not seen, heard, or valued, it's not genuine. So always remember that. Any last moment things? I know this is weird.
I'm kind of reading the comments here. They're very interesting.
I know, my God, you guys are really going in.
Saying, what if someone been dating a person for a while, then they break up? But like, what do you mean by that question?
Like, you've been dating a person for a while and then you break up, well, then you date
If
them
divorce
and you
is
break
on the
up.
mind at dating over mono, then that shows you aren't ready. Yeah, you definitely should not be thinking about divorce.
Yeah, if you're like, divorce, wow. Yeah, then probably it means you're not ready if you're automatically
Yes.
thinking about what's happening in the divorce.
Thank you, Matthew. And yes, Layla has the right. Don't ignore your intuition. You don't
right.
think you're being nauseous. The butterflies in the stomach is a real thing.
Yes.
Your intuition is a real thing.
Yeah, that's true.
And Blackwing just keeps you saying for you to yell things at the back. Say that again.
What happened here? What?
Blackwing's like your biggest cheerleader here.
Oh, thank you,
I need to hear that
I definitely
again.
appreciate it.
I don't know what he needs to
Definitely
hear
appreciate
again, but
what did I say? Well, you know,
There's
once again, think
3
about there are- 3 tenements to
didn't
intimacy,
think
which
about
are to be seen, be heard, and be valued. And if you're not being seen, heard, or valued, then it's not a real relationship. So that's it. Just kind of remember that. And I think with that, we are done.
This has been fun.
I'm Daniel. We're saving the best for last, and this is
Migdalia,
That's
make it
right.
spicy.
Where
This
can
has been
everybody-
fun, guys.
Where can everybody find you?
You guys can find me on Twitter and Twitch at Miggy Spicy and on Instagram at The Real Miggy Spicy.
All right, there we go.
Because that's how creative I could get with that.
It still works. It still works.
It
Part of the
does.
Spicy Squad. That's what's happening.
Spicy Squad, GTA
right.
5.
And me, I'm Daniel, a.k.a. Battlestar Black. Find me on social media at Battlestar Black, except for Twitter, which is that hashtag BSG, because Battlestar Black was too long. Who cares?
Wait,
and
where can they send questions?
I was just going to say it.
Oh my! I'm sorry. I'm jumping in his show. I'm like backseat producing
no, this is
now.
perfect. This is perfect. And you can always make sure that you guys can be included in the show. It is definitely interactive, and we are driven by what you guys provide. So send us questions over to FanQuestions at thathashtagshow.com. You can send them there. You can even send me direct DMs if you need to on Instagram. This way, if I have any questions, I'll go back and forth with you and say, hold on, I need to kind of flesh this question out or something. That may happen.
Video if they don't mind being on camera.
Oh, and if you guys don't mind being on camera, you can send a video over to FanQuestions at thathashtagshow.com.
He's gonna
and
get
make sure
oh
that
my
when you
gosh.
shoot your video, I am telling you, because if you shoot it
Josh is gonna be so mad.
If you shoot it horizontally, guess what? Your video is not going up. I don't care about what Josh just said. I'm telling you right now. If you shoot it like this, I hate you, and it's not going up. If you shoot it vertically, if you shoot it vertically, it's horrible. Horizontal, we love you. That's how it works. So make sure you do that. And with that being said,
Thanks, Matthew. He's been complimenting my jacket.
Oh, yeah, it's a good jacket. Hey,
Thank you.
what are you doing next week? Tuesday. Because if we go late, Elle may not be able to make it.
Oh, I can be here.
All right, you guys heard it. We got it right there. It's legally binding. We got it right there, just in case. Miggy may be returning.
I'm a sub. I'm a sub-in. I'm a pinch hitter.
Even if not, it still would be dope to have you show up anyway.
Yeah, sure.
All right, fine. Miggy's gonna be here next week. I believe I'll definitely be here next week, and I
believe.
Yeah,
I believe I'll definitely.
That's why I had to say it. I believe I'll definitely be here next week, and I also think Elle will be here next week.
Yes.
Who knows? Maybe Joe.
Anthony, send in your question so we can
send in
feature it next
questions,
week.
and we'll definitely have it there. So once again, everyone, thank you for tuning in. Make sure to hit that notification. That bell will remind you when we go live. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Keep up to date with everything trending.
And geek pop culture.
Night, guys.